Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. It's been a little while, so just thought I'd hop on with Smoke or Rich and let you guys know that we've got a Discord that we've got set up. So I think Rich will have that in the description box. Just want to shout out my buddy Troy, who's also set up another Discord for us, which if you join up to the one that Rich puts the link for in the description, we're going to vet the people that join the other Discord link. Okay. So yeah, the first one is going to be available for anybody to hop on. Anybody listening now can join and take a look. And the other one will give details of. So just wanted to say, won't really be on Instagram either until 420, funnily enough. Nothing to do with our 420, but just so happens that April 19th is the end of Lent, which is what I'll be doing this year. And one of the things I'll be cutting out for Lent is fucking Instagram, because I need a much needed break anyway from looking at all the garbage that's on there. So I thought Lent would be an ideal period to take off from Instagram and recharge. So yeah, I thought we'd be giving more attention to the Discord and to the podcast. So anybody listening, if you want to come on, if you've been a guest before, and I think we want to have Deadly Roots Zay back on very soon. So if you can hit us up, drop me an email, purplegarlic@protonmail.com, or to Rich's email for the podcast, and we'll get you guys on. Also, might be turning some attention to some forums and just other platforms other than Instagram, because it does get boring. And yeah, there's other fucking platforms where I'm underrepresented. Also, we will be uploading content to Rumble as well. There is an old school cannabis project channel on Rumble, and we've got our last podcast uploaded there. So, how have you been, Rich?
Vibing, man. Just
Um,
vibing. We gotta get into this on the screen right here.
oh, well, yeah. So, somebody sent me a screenshot of who are these fucking archive bums? Are they a group of people? Is it one? I just literally don't know nothing about who the fuck they are. I've heard the name before, obviously, that like I've heard the names of plenty of other people, but I don't know any fucking thing they've bred or who they are. But I do know whether it's an individual or multiples. They are shit talking cunts, because I saw a screenshot somebody sent me where these goofies were making comment that it's just embarrassing, isn't it? That I have, see, like, it's so embarrassing that I don't have skunk. I mean, I can't even barely bring myself to repeat the embarrassing shit. So yeah, I just thought, who the fuck are these skunkless cocksuckers who've got a fucking logo the same as the FBI has got on their documents here, that is a little boy lover logo. So I just thought, who is this little boy lover saying that I don't have skunk when I've clearly proven the last 5 years, literally, uh, pretty much daily from the inception of 2020, that I do indeed have skunk. So I've actually found some pictures of, because what a lot of these faggots have tried to do, obviously, in reporting my account. So now my 89th account on Instagram in the last 5 years. Uh, they try desperately to try and hide evidence of me having skunk, but there's still plenty of people out there from the old days, from 2020, that grew my skunks on Instagram. And unfortunately, the dates don't lie. So it says May 2020, or September 2020, or June 2020, or March 2020. So plenty of pictures dated alongside descriptions of my fucking skunks. So archive seeds, little boy lovers, just another fucking one or group in a long line of absolute cocksuckers following the fucking likes of Jodry, who's still out there in 2025 embarrassing themselves, lying to the community, harming patients by denying the facts that for the last 5 years I have been the source of all the skunks that have fucking suddenly started popping up around the place. Skunks which they've never had previously, and which every fucking month now some losers coming out with, oh, oh, I had some twat hit me up the other day. I don't know if I told the story on the last podcast, but recently, I don't know, within the last fucking few weeks, some dickhead hit me up saying that, oh yeah, I want to buy some of your seeds because we've got RKS too, and we're looking to release it commercially, but we'd like to see what yours is like too. And I was like, oh yeah, nice story. How come you didn't fucking let your skunk out before 2020 then? And then, come back with some bullshit. Oh, I didn't have a license then. Oh, so you're only doing this shit now? You've got a license that's legal, so you're a fucking pussy hole as well as a bullshit cunt. So yeah, all these skunkless bums. I've got the evidence. I've got the receipts. Since fucking I've released my seeds, there's been nothing but skunk. So yeah, archive seeds, just another cocksucker out there chatting shit. So
Yeah,
just thought,
just up until recently, Archive Seeds thought skunk was gone and non-existent, like every other schizophrenic that doesn't understand cannabis genetics. But
well, the fact that that other fucking fed in the community, fucking Kevin Jodry's still out there trying to say that when he was the first to know. We've
yeah,
documented we've documented the story many times on this podcast, but we'll repeat it for new listeners. Back when I got out of hospital after surviving fucking 75% third degree burns, this time 7 years ago, near enough. And some stinking junkie called Farmer Joe 420 tried to rip me off after I sent him some skunk seeds. He said he was going to send them to that other loser, Kevin Jodry. So I contacted Jodry, put him in the picture about how, I had all the skunk from Old Timer One, and if some fucking junkie degenerate hit him up trying to give him seeds, and they were the ones he'd fucking tried to fucking rip me off from. And I was the source. But unfortunately for this absolute degenerate junkie, Farmer Joe 420. This is how embarrassing it was. He received the seeds from me, immediately put them in paper towels, took a picture of them, posted them on the private forum we were on, going, "Oh, I've got some of his RKS. I'm going to F2 them and share them with all you guys and give them to Matt Riot and to Kevin Jodry because he was never going to share them." And this fucking absolute loser, not a single one of the seeds germinated for him. And so he's like shot his load, as it were, fucking preemptively, shown his hand that he was an absolute junkie scumbag, but then failed to germinate the seeds in an embarrassing turn of events, which got me a little worried. I was like, how come these seeds didn't germinate? And then I put them in water. And lo and behold, within 4.5 hours, I had tails. So quite fucking funny altogether. So yeah, this junkie said he was going to give him to Kevin Jodry. I hit up Jodry to say, should some fucking junkie come to you with seeds? This is before like I realised he couldn't even germinate them. Then they come from me. So I was in touch with Jodry, told him the whole story about the fire, this, that, and the other. He was like, "Oh, I've never heard anybody with such a history and a backstory of how they can trace them back to Old Timer One like that." And so he was really one of the first people ever that knew in the early days about me having these skunks from Old Timer One, all manners of different skunks, like I've told you lots of times. And then he proceeded to lie to the community, pretend he didn't know me at first, and then fucking just tried to deny that I had skunks afterwards, and shown through his actions to be a complete and utter fed. He is, he's a fed in the community. Another, oh, thank God that piece of shit Sam Skunk, man, he's just died. And this cocksucker Jodry, as soon as he's fucking departed off this earth as well, I'll be celebrating that. Hopefully he's fucking took them fucking medical interventions recently, like a load of idiots did. You know, hopefully he won't be fucking around as long as Sam was to fucking harm the community, harm genetics, work for the feds, work for fucking genetic modifying, um, CRISPR, Monsanto, all this shit that no doubt people like Jodrey and Copycat are doing. Another thing, right? You really need to be avoiding Copycat like the fucking plague. He's using CRISPR. CRISPR's going to fucking cause fucking carcinogenic cannabis, basically. If it's consumed for fucking 3 months, 6 months, you're going to start developing tumors, probably, just like all the research in that book, Seeds of Destruction, has shown. So anything, basically, now I'm very skeptical of all fucking cannabis, basically, that's being produced right now. You can't trust. I don't think you can trust anything from cookies onwards. We don't know who was using CRISPR before Copycat admits to doing it. I just don't trust any of the fuckers out there. And certainly, if any of them has come out as proponents of CRISPR, you've got to avoid those like the plague. But best thing you can do right now is obtain genetics from me, essentially, as the cleanest source of genetics out there. A gene pool that's been completely separate from all the garbage out there, all the other dickheads in the community, never had access to any of these genetics prior to 2020. They've got nothing from any other breeder or any other source infecting them, completely uncontaminated by cookies. And it's a gene pool that's been private and clean and separate. And I'll never introduce any garbage from outside into it either. So this is a guaranteed source of pre-2000, best of the 60s to the 90s, pre-eradication era, most of it. Absolute best fucking set of genetics, replete with cannabinoids and terpene profiles, totally absent in today's garbage. That's why everybody, like recently, has been smoking anything, say, from Credence Craft, who has been hooking me up since November with flower that is so vastly superior to any fucking import or anything of this modern era, without doubt, because I've seen what's out there. It's garbage. It's one-dimensional, soulless bullshit that gets you fucking boringly, moderately affected in some way for about 10 minutes and then just wears off like you never fucking smoked it. Just absolute garbage. Credence Craft is producing flowers in the UK for my genetics that are just like a different substance, a different plant altogether. Highs that last for hours and hours affect you in completely different ways that most anybody pretty much who hasn't smoked old timer one stuff doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Everybody who has smoked it in recent times from people in the UK has just said it's different on another fucking level. But anyway, if you email, or certainly if you join the Discord that Rich has set up, and I will be putting on some special offers. I've got 3 varieties I want to do a stock clearance on, so I'll be doing that for members of the Discord. I've got my Rotten Berry Skunk Smile, which is very, very nice. Everybody who's grown it and smoked it loves it. It's got, just as the name says, rotten berry and skunk terps and the smile terp from Old Timer One Smile, and very nice long lasting effects. Same deal with the tropical fruit smile and my raunchy skunk haze. I want those 3 varieties gone as soon as possible because I've got less than 50 packs of all of those 3. So I want to do stock clearance on those ahead of just having 3 varieties available going on, which will be my Star 23, which is absolutely fucking incredible, indoors and out. Finishes by the end of September outdoors. Huge yields, potent medicine, lime, burnt rubber, chem, skunk, and diesel fusion in one expression, candied kind of root vegetable in another, more like the original smile, and fucking just all round excellence. And I've got the blueberry skunk haze, which every single person who's grown it has produced nothing but unbelievable fucking fire. And then I'm going to put out the Tip Town Ticket 2.0 pack, which contains 20 different skunk, haze, and heirloom hybrids, all of which are fucking fire too. And that's what I've been smoking from Creedence Craft recently, is about a dozen different selections he's made from that. And every single one of them has been fucking excellent. Excellent. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there for today's episode. Make sure you check the link for the Discord, and we will be back very soon with a new episode of Old School Cannabis Project. Catch you on the next one.